Hey guys, and thank you for tuning in a tutorial that I'm creating. Um, I am working with an engine called Genesis2D. It's a mmoRPG engine. I'm trying to create my own game, and as I go along discovering how to modify it and tweak it to my needs, I'll be going in and trying to help out the community by posting how-to tutorials on each section that I discover. Um, right now I'll be defining your space for your sprites and for your panels. Um, I will be posting this video at this forum here where you can also get the engine, and I am also accepting comments there. Um, the first tool that you're going to download is called GIMP. It's a Photoshop editing tool and it's free. Go ahead and go to gimp.org, go to downloads, and then click on the download GIMP 2.67 or whatever version it may be, but make sure it's for Windows 2000 or above. This will take you right away to the download link, which I already have downloaded, so I'm going to skip it. It's right here. And to install it, it's fairly easy. Like any other program, you just click next, next, next until you have installed it. Once you have it installed, you can double click on the GIMP icon, and then we'll go ahead and launch that for you. So, to get this started, go ahead and click on File, Open, and browse to your engine files. I'm modifying in the Client section under Main, Data, and I'm going to use this one as an example. You can't really see much right off the bat, but if you zoom in to at least 100, you can see fairly easy what it's going to look like when you have it inside the game. Now, what we want to do is define each one so that we can modify it and know our boundaries to modify in. That way we won't go across it or past the zone that we can modify and have the engine cut it off. If it cut it off, you won't be able to see it inside the game, and you'll spend too many hours trying to figure out why you couldn't see it in the game. So to avoid that, we're going to make something here that will let us know when we're going to be crossing the line, so that we won't modify this side of it, and the engine will cut it off. And when you see him on the front side, then it'll show it blocking his view or whatever it may be. So what we're going to do is add a layer to that. And let's go ahead and call this grid, because what we're going to do is just put a grid on top and make sure it's transparent. Click the OK and click on the grid layer. Go ahead and click on Filters, Render, Pattern, Grid. As you can see, this grid is too small for our file. Each settings that I'm going to go through here is also in my post for each file, so to make it easier. For this one, I know that the width spacings is 32. We're going to go ahead and check or break the link here, because our vertical spacing is going to be different. It's going to be actually 64. The offset for this file is 0, and we're not going to break the link because it's the same on the other side. Now, if we go ahead and click OK, it's going to be black, so we won't be able to see what we're trying to. We're not going to be able to see our boundaries. So I like to change it to an opposite color or something that will stand out on top of black. Red's fine. Click OK, and it'll go ahead and draw it out for you. Remember, it's on a separate layer, so that you can always click on the eye of that layer, and it'll come off just as easy. Make sure that you click on your background layer when you're actually modifying it. If you don't, then it will, when you uncheck this here, it will also, your modification will also come off, which I have been doing that, a long time, and I'm rambling on now, but yeah, it's kind of frustrating. So go ahead and click it on. I'm going to do a basic modification so I can take you to the steps of saving it after you modify it. I really don't want to squint my eyes to actually modify his face and put him a mustache. I don't want to squint my eyes though, so I'm going to go ahead and zoom to 800. And 800 will take me to modify it pixel by pixel, which exactly I want to do. Let's go ahead and stretch this out so that we don't have to scroll as much. What you want to do is take the pencil tool and make sure that the brush is actually a pixel, which is this little smallest point right in there. This will let us modify 1 pixel at a time. I want him to have a black so he can match his hair. Just give him a little quick mustache. I could have done a better job, but this is just for example purposes. Let's go see what it might look like in the game. So go ahead and zoom out to 100, and you'll see what it may look like in the game. And I think I did a decent job. I could have done better, but for this purpose only, I'll go ahead and leave it. Now, before saving it, I want to take off this grid because that will also come up while you're making the game, and it may be annoying and just won't come as smoothly as you want it to. So go ahead and click on the eye for the grid. It will just come straight off without taking off your modification to the character itself. And what you want to do is go ahead and click File and go Save As. Go ahead and name it correctly. I want to put it in a different location due to the fact that I don't want to override my existing file. And I want to make sure that it's saving it as a BIMP file. So I'm going to go and scroll all the way down to get to Windows BIMP image, and then go ahead and click Save. I'm saving it directly onto my desktop. It says if you want to merge because we have multiple layers. I'm going to go ahead and leave it as merge visible layers, and then export. And you will always get these messages. You just click on Save. We'll go ahead and save it. Now, to make sure that we have done it correct, I'm going to go ahead and get out of this one and open the one that I have modified, which is on my desktop right here. Go ahead and zoom in all the way and go all the way to the top. So see your modifications. See if they actually worked. And yes, they did. He still has a mustache all the way through. And as you can tell, it's still a BIMP, so you can always overwrite this with the existing file here. Which this one doesn't have a mustache. See? No mustache. And from there on, when you go to the editing tool for the engine, you will see him with a mustache. So that's how you modify sprites or panels with GIMP. Please go ahead and leave your comments at this form here so that I can continue developing tutorials at a better creative and I'll be glad to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.